Here's my vlog for the July 19th, 2023, Wednesday. It's 4:03 p.m. I'm still sick. I'm sweating my ass off. I don't know what I have, but it's very possible that it came from all of the ferrets because I was letting my house get pretty messed up. I am still organizing my house. It is going very slowly, but I'm diurnalized. I slept last night right when it got dark. I fell asleep and got up right when it got light. Took forever because I had to figure out the wiring of my whole room all over again, which is super duper complicated. I only set it up really like last year or the year before. It has a full studio in there, and I had to move like the bookshelf, which had all the power and the studio out and everything, and also the TV stuff, and so. I was figuring that out with the zip ties and pushing it all back in, and that took forever. And then I had to clean. I took off my shag rug and I put it through the machine, and it's currently drying. So I'm having like low blood sugar problems too, so I'm just eating and drinking a lot. I don't know, I was thinking about lying down maybe just for a little bit because I've been kind of wandering around trying to do stuff. It's, my house was so messed up that like every time I wanted to do something, I couldn't find anything, the thing that I needed for it. So anyway, let me talk about my family because I've broken ties with my family. I'm pissed at my family, and now they're pissed at me. Like my mom. I read this letter that my brother sent me yesterday, and then I got like really pissed off, and so I started sending my mom texts like saying that like if they're all hype about me buying the apartment, maybe she should just die, so I could sell her house and use the money to buy the apartment off of my brothers. And I just got pissed off and I sent her a whole bunch of like texts, but I didn't call her once. So then she sends an email. Check this out. She sends an email to, I guess, my brothers, but she sends it to me too, just so she knows that she knows that I know. Now that I know she means business. So she goes, Kyle read your letter to me and sent me a copy. Yes, he's losing it. Is upset with me also, etc., etc. I have ordered a cassette recorder from Amazon. We'll get it by the end of the day. We'll put him on speakerphone when he calls and records his calls. Suggest you keep a journal, time and day, dated. Maintain notes. Keep a tape recorder also, small and cheap. I got a Resho portable cassette planner. Also converts old cassettes to current format. Forget the name of it. Yes, I will be targeted. He has already said he doesn't want to see me for a year. His job is his website, which will better society, which you guys don't understand, which he works on 18 hours a day and will make money someday. And he never wants to see either of you again, ever. Yes, he's really unraveling. Hopefully he will clean up his apartment and get it rented, which I will suggest he focus on. I'm trying to get a PhD therapist who specializes in his behaviors with my insurance. We need legal assistance too. This is long overdue. They need legal assistance, dude. They're gonna sue me. So I'm gonna have to research and find out what my legal rights are. Somebody said that getting out of a partnership is hard for them. And I kind of have squatters' rights, but they can like hold my money back. I don't know, but anyway, this is the letter that my brother said. This is the first one. I read the second one, but he sent me a first one first. He goes, "Dear Kyle, we have come to the point where we need to reevaluate your living at the Corona apartment. You have lived at the Corona apartment for 9 years with a Pound Property Investment Partnership, covering the annual taxes, apartment insurance, monthly heating bill, periodic repairs, and the minimum operating expenses to keep the condo at $681 a month. Recent costs of repairing electrical wiring highlighted the fact that you are not paying enough to live there. We're open to different options on how to deal with this situation. Our first choice is to sell the apartment. Preferably, we like to sell the apartment to you. We know you like living there, so we believe that would be the best outcome for all of us. However, that might be realistic as you currently don't have a job. Getting a loan might be difficult, and the mortgage payment might be out of your budget. We encourage you to talk to a lender and see what you would need to purchase the property. If we sold it to another buyer, we could each walk with 115 to 120,000, and you would have money to outright buy a trailer home, another property, tour van, or have money to live on for quite some time. You could also move out and we could rent it. We could probably get 2,400 per month, of which you would receive a third after the 681 operating expense, which is approximately 573 each. At this point, the both of us cannot afford to have you live there for only 350 a month. It's actually 1,200 because I rent for 850. We understand, and they get the money. We understand your current situation with the roommate has been difficult, but we cannot keep covering this difference for you. The current total rent when you have tenant paying is 850. That has been 1,200. We all lost a third of the supplement rent, 850 for the month of July, and this happened previously when you change roommates. You can see below 1/12 of the estimated yearly overhead due should be 1,280, 130. Overhead expenses, 381 yearly fair heat rent. Rent paid 1,200 for the year of 14,000 total, which is due is 1,000 shy above shown yearly overhead and not include repairs such as electrical update 3,000. We both rely on income for this shared property. We both own homes with very high monthly expenses such as mortgage payments, property taxes, utilities, and unexpected home repairs. We are now asking you pay $1,200 per month beginning in August, whether you have a tenant or not, which is 50% below rental market value. Not paying attention to the fact that this is my place. The rental fee can be deducted from your monthly AOG stipend, which is variable, as you know. See, they're going to deduct it before they even give it to me because my mom them all manage it. You will keep the rental proceeds from your tenant when the condo is rented to further supplement your income. Mom is too old to deal with rental agreements and finding roommates, so this has to be your responsibility alone. We can discuss further how repairs to the Corona condo are paid, as these are not reflected in this itemization, such as the recent electrical update of 3,000. If appliances need to be replaced or other repairs, this will need to be at your expense. We are asking that you sign a lease with this rental agreement with a deposit of $600 to cover damages to the floor, windows, cupboards, and walls from your animals roaming freely in the apartment. If you do not agree with this rental plan, we will need to come to another solution. We hope you appreciate the fact we have foregone tens of thousands of dollars to accommodate you living there, and truly hope we can work out some agreement for three of all of us. Whether it's selling the property to you, someone else, or keeping it as a rental property, honestly, we can no longer financially carry the extra load. Please let us know of your thoughts about this soon. The conversation has needed to happen for quite some time. So let me tell you what's screwed up about that. Nothing has changed. Okay, since we've had this and since 1993, okay? Everything has been the same. We had tenants here. When we rent it for whatever we rent it to the tenants for. And then periodically one of us lives here, okay? My brother, Wyndham, he lived here for like a year or something with my other brother, Mike. My brother Mike lived here for like a few years, and then he lived here again for a few years. And then I moved in for a year and a half or a year. And then I moved out, and then Mike moved back in for a few years. And then I moved in, and then we had tenants. And then I moved in 9 years ago, okay? So it's all been the same, whether Wyndham lives here, whether Mike lives here, whether I live here. The rules are always the same, right? We pay a certain amount to our joint fund, and they get a certain, whoever is not living there gets a certain stipend from that, the rest of it. And it's been the same. And so now, when I moved in here, I paid $850 deposit, which didn't make sense to me because it's my apartment and I don't plan on ever leaving. This is the problem with those guys, is they think that they want to kick me out. And I'm like, don't you understand the concept of somebody having a house and they just stay there? You know, and then I set up the house really nicely and then they still want me out. Like, don't you understand that I could buy it? I could buy it when my mother dies. I take a third of her nice house, which is like $400,000 or more. I think it's more. And then I buy it then, but they need me to buy it now. But now they need to raise the rent. And they need me to pay another $600 deposit. I already paid an $850 deposit. Now they need me to pay another $600 deposit. Just because they don't like that I have animals rolling freely and I need to pay the deposit on my cupboards, windows, and floor. But that's like I'm a tenant, but I'm the owner. Why would the owner pay a deposit on their own house that they're not going to leave? And I already paid a deposit. And why would you change the rent? You get the rent money you get the full rent money when I have a roommate, and you get the extra money. You get a profit from it. And then when the roommate's not here, yes, you don't get that profit for that month. But then the roommate comes back and you get the profit. And it's the same as when you lived here. It's the same when Wyndham lived here, when Mike lived here, when we had a tenant here, and when I'm here. And all of a sudden, they're saying that they can no longer do it because they're all of a sudden like angry with me. They want to like be mean to me, and because they have houses, right? They have houses with their mortgage, but they're single and they don't have kids. Single, no kids, and I don't think they really do much. No really hobbies or anything. And here's the kicker. So they've told me not to say this, but because these guys are actually threatening they're going to sue me. I mean, that's what my mother actually literally said to me. I mean, they're going to sue me. She said, I can't find the image, I knocked it out, but she said they're going to need legal options. They're going to need to do the legals. Here, let's see if we can pull this up. We need legal assistance. So she said they're going to need legal assistance. Wyndham said they're going to need to do it another way. Yeah, they're going to sue me. To try to get me kicked out or to try to get a way to charge me some kind of full rent or something. So I'm going to have to research and find out how much money I should be paying rent if I'm the third owner. But they're like, yeah, they want they want to up the ante and get full rent money from me, like I'm a full paying rent payer, like I'm not the owner, and then I have to pay deposit like I'm not the owner, and then I have to leave because they need to sell it to somebody right away, even before my mother dies, even though I could buy it off of them. It's all nonsense. They're harassing me. They're harassing me, and they're threatening to sue me. So, and my mother's in on it too. So. That's what's going on with them. So, at the end of the day, if they manage to, they're talking like I'm not going to get a roommate. That's the screwy thing. Like, I couldn't get a roommate until the beginning of the month because my roommate stuff was here. And when the beginning of the month came, yes, I could have gotten I couldn't get a roommate at the beginning of the month because then the electrician came and gutted the whole house, and it took him like 3 days. And then it would have taken me another few days to put the stuff back in. So I needed a few days anyway. And then I waited a week. That's what happened. And so because I guess I waited a week, all of a sudden they're like, they're acting like I'm not going to get a roommate next month. Well, I don't know why that makes sense. I'm not going to get a roommate next month. Why am I not going to get a roommate next month? It's easy to get a roommate here, and that's college coming back, and I need the money. They get their $1,200 a month. They get and they get profit. If it's $600, $650 a month to maintain, they get 1,200. They get at least like $300 a month profit, but they're not getting enough profit because this is like their business. They each have houses, but they don't want me to have a house. This is just fucking so. This is just. It's because they're jealous. They think that I'm just hanging around. My mom, last time I talked to her, she said, I have too much fun with my OCD. You have too much OCD fun. So I'm doing OCD with the website, and so while everybody else works. That's literally what she said. As she was driving me home, last time I saw her, as she's driving me home, she says, I have too much OCD, having too much fun with my OCD on the OCD game that I'm playing, and while everybody else has to work, and your brothers have to work. And you know, I keep saying, what about the website? What about the website? And they're like, oh no, we're gonna have to get legal options to sue you. And then she wants to do a PhD. I guess she needs a PhD this time. They've foregone tens of thousands. No, they haven't. They're also exaggerators. Wow, for some reason I can never pull up the image from whoa, oh my god, hang on, I must have too much stuff on here. This one. So she keeps saying they need legal assistance. She wants a PhD therapist who specializes in his behaviors. So there's PhD therapists who specialize in my behavior of what, man? Of getting upset when I get disrespected? And she's going to pay money on it. So, see, that's what my mother actually has been doing, is she's been threatening to take me to I have to go to a therapist because I work too much and I'm not supposed to work. So I have to go to the therapist. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm done. Yeah, so I had an agreement before with my brothers not to disclose where I get my money, but since we're not talking anymore and I don't have respect for them and they're gonna sue me anyway, yeah, I get about I think it's $36,000 a year or something from oil royalties from Texas, from my grandfather. $3,000 a month. They're gonna cut it down, and I'm not gonna be able to pay my credit card. Fuck. But yeah, it's like 36 because I get like 3,000 a month. I got 100 last month, so and it fluctuates 3,000 a month. So 36 a year. So my brothers have full-time jobs each. No partner, no wife, no kids, no nothing, no hobbies. They have houses with their mortgage, and then they get another $36,000 a year from oil, and they get another 200. Well, the oil and the apartment, and but they just can't stand for me to be paying only $1,200 a month. They need to charge. They need to charge even more, and I need to pay even when I have a room, if I don't have a roommate. So, anyways, so yeah, that should be enough, and that should be enough for me to buy. I already own a third of this. It's already paid off completely, and my mother's house is paid off completely. So, and so it makes sense that I would eventually make enough money with my website to be able, after my mother dies in like 10 years or whatever, to be able to buy the apartment off of them. So, to hear this stuff about. It's just like they don't like it. They don't like the animals. They don't like the decoration. They don't want me to be able to work on the website. They want me off in the streets. It's fucking big. And now my mom's all about it. So, and if my mom's like, they're like, oh no, you're going crazy. You're doing videos talking trash. Okay, then don't talk to me again, and then I'll go back to normal. All right, we don't have to talk to each other. So, so yeah, I mean, let me just say some of the crazy stuff that they do. Okay, so it's not just me. It's not me. We had a falling out in a Christmas a few years ago where I went over there, to try to talk to them. But they're like both super pissed at me for whatever reason. I have a website. So I go and I try to talk to my brother Wyndham. And there's this, so he's sitting on a couch kind of off in the corner like this. So I go down to hang out with him, sit on a chair. But there's a pile of clothes on the chair. So I pick up the pile of clothes to drop on the floor to sit on the chair to talk to him. As I pick it up, he goes, "What the hell are you doing? Respect your mother's property." And I go, "Dude, I have to sit here. Like, like, she wouldn't mind if I dropped." Anyway, as I was trying to explain myself, dude, he just gets up and runs upstairs to like hide from me. And my other brother was already hiding upstairs from me. So I sat down on the dining room table. I'm just sitting there, kind of like waiting for people. And so then I got kind of bored, and my mom was in the kitchen. So I said, "Boop," because I was about to say boop de boop. Sometimes I sing. I said, "Boop." And my mom goes, "Stop it! Stop doing that! No!" So I go, "Shut the fuck up!" And as I said, "Shut the fuck up," that's when my brother Mike runs down the stairs at full blast. "Don't yell at my mommy." So I go, "Hey, she told me to shut the fuck up just because I said boom. What the hell are you doing?" So then he starts yelling at me. So my other brother runs down. And he's like, "Stop yelling. Don't be mad." And I was like, "All right." So we start eating. Then Mike's like, "I think you should leave." So I'm like, "Okay." So then I start eating, and he was like, "No, Wyndham." He goes, "No, you should leave now." And I'm like, "Okay," like without eating. So I left. So that's it. That's like a typical Christmas. And then once, I'll just tell two stories. I don't want to take too much time. Once, my brother, Wyndham, comes here with my mom, and they come in here to try to talk me into selling the apartment to him. I don't know why he needs me to buy the apartment. He's keeping up with his mortgage. He wants me to stop working on the website, so I have to go get some job, because then I can use the job to get the loan, and then now I'm paying the loan I think the purpose is for me to get a job. Now on his schedule. And so I'm laying down. I'm like, "Yeah, I don't really have money. What are you gonna? Maybe you should wait until I get my own career going a little bit, you know." And then as he's leaving, he goes, "And also, I want you to take my name off of all of your YouTube videos, because on a lot of bike race videos, he goes, like the bike race videos. I have a lot of bike race videos where I'm like, in this video, there's so and so and so. In this video, so and so, and his name was on all these videos, like as one of the people. And so I was like, okay. When he asked me that, I said, okay. I didn't ask him why, because I knew I wasn't supposed to. There's no reason. So I took his name off. I replaced his name with like Gustav Gustenbagen or something like that. Because why? I don't know. He's just being a dick. And and like, even it actually reminds me of my cousin. Last year, my cousins come over and visit my mom, and I come and hang out with him, and we're walking around, and he's totally only talking to my mom and not completely ignoring me. My cousin Sydney, his name is Sydney Kyle. He lives in LA, and I interject. I try to talk, and I go, "Hey, yeah, on my website, I found out that we're directly descendants of the Roman Emperor Maximus." So then Sydney just keeps continuing talking to my mom, like I'm not even there. So, okay, so then my mom, we're at my house, and then she goes upstairs. She's like, "Hey, tell him about the website." So I go, "Okay." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I accidentally went to your website once. I typed my father's name, and I went there accidentally, and I found it. I think you need to take my father's name off your website because of identity theft." And I was like, It's just a list of the ancestors of what I was telling you before. Remember that you didn't pay attention, and so it's not like some kind of like secret, like all this information for identity theft. And he goes, "Yeah, you should quit the website and get a job." And I was like, he goes, and then he said it like 3 more times, because he's like, and then he's leaving. He goes, "Yeah, you could get with what you're doing on the website. You could get a job over at a map company because you do Google Earth." And I mean, I had plenty of money at the time. And then as they're telling me the second time, my mom comes down. He tells me a second time. My mom goes, "Yeah, you should get a job over at the map company." And then his brother David goes up, "Yeah, he goes, get a job," and then starts working again, all of a sudden. And that guy, I was asking him questions. He doesn't even pay attention to me. I ask him. I go, "Hey, David, did you go here?" And he just doesn't. He pretends like I'm not there. And so yeah, it's like It's crazy. And now, so because I'm doing this video, my mother's going to double down, try to sue me, and she's going to try to force me to go get a therapist for my behaviors. Dude, I'm just trying to mind my own business in my house and clean up my house and work on my website and pay off my 3 credit cards. That's all, without getting a job. I can sell stuff, but to suddenly change the rules and all of a sudden I have to pay no matter what, whether there's a tenant here, like you're going to install some kind of like renter's insurance that I have to pay for all of a sudden when we've never done it that way, when tenants come and go. We had a tenant live here for 3 months once. We have tenants usually stay just 4 or 5 years, and then they're out for a couple months, and we renovate the place between they're here, and then you get another one in. So why does it have to all of a sudden be different with me? It's because I don't have the money, and they can stick it in me and make me get a fucking job. So anyway, so that's why I'm not going to talk to any of them again. And I'm so glad that my mother sent that email out that she's going to sue me and get a PhD therapist and shit with her Medicaid or whatever. Because now, with a clear conscience, I cannot hang out with her anymore because I can save 2 hours a day. Because I was hanging out with her 2 hours a day, and I can, even if they manage to eke more money out of me, I'm gonna have to research and find out what you're supposed to pay rent when you're only a third of the owner. Because I thought we had been doing it the normal way all these goddamn years. I never even thought about it. Yeah, but I get an extra 2 hours. So if I get that extra 2 hours a day, even if I have to get a job, that like if it's even a 1 hour a day, that'll still make up for the 2 hours a day I lose over at my mom's house. Yeah, so anyways, I'm going to get a roommate, no problem. I don't know why they keep saying, but I'm going to have to clean up my apartment, and this is going to take, like, a couple more days. I ran out of weed yesterday, so I was going to be, like, totally sober, sober up. I still have to do so many things. I have to pay my taxes. And also if I run out of money and I need to make money to fucking pay, like if they can force me with a lawyer to pay all this crazy rent and they make all money off me now. I'm going to have to like get caught up on my website enough, looking at good enough, and maybe shoot out some on different money raising websites. I tried one of them a couple months ago and my mom gave away the $16,000, so that's why I had to sell my car like 3 months ago, and I got $10, but my website has to, I guess, get to a certain level of development for people to want to understand what I'm going for, and it might, if I'm going to get I could get put ads on it also, and and make money that way. But and I have stuff to sell. So the important thing is not to get, the thing that bothers me is not to get that whole energy of that crap they're doing. Like, I'm OCD, and this is all I try to do is explain a website, and then it just explaining and trying to explain more. You dig a bigger hole. At one point, you have to just cut ties because I'm OCD. I need a PhD therapist, and I need to get sued, and I have behavior, dude. All because these guys are trying to overcharge me. So when in the wrong time, when I'm like, I don't have the goddamn money, and when I buy the apartment from them, they're going to be getting full price, like modern Boulder prices off of me. I'm the one who's going to lose anyway, so they're just way too greedy. So anyways, that's enough talking. Tomorrow when I do my video, hopefully I'm going to almost be done and be talking about how I'm getting a damn roommate. I'm putting the ad up for it and everything. So anyways, let's keep this another half hour. Talk to you tomorrow.